taken care. In fact, Muralidharan said, I don't have time to talk about SNG. It all starts with G, governance. If governance is not there, E and S will fall flat. The entire organization is top down in the sense that if the agenda is set right at the corporate governance level, at the board level, automatically people below you will follow, and the organization will have into best fall into E and S compliance automatically.
Okay, thank
you. I'll just add one point here. See, obviously, this is a big risk that is there, because obviously you're not looking through the entire value chain and then claiming for wrong ESG, environmental and social initiatives that you're running. And of course, that's where we have started seeing now SEBI also mandating an assurance side, at least for the top 250 companies from this year, and that will go to 500 companies next year. It was 150 companies for last year, right? Top 150 companies and all. So there's an assurance angle also which is coming up. Obviously, you'll have to still see about how effective it is and all those things. But this is something which I think as independent directors on the board, it is extremely important we again ask the right questions around some of these things to ensure that things are not in the wrong direction. I think that's what I just wanted to add.
I read one article, many big corporate are far behind whatever they committed on ESG.
So ESG is just growing up in this country. It is going to take time because we don't have mechanism to even track the data. Forget about giving assurance, That's what is a challenge, yeah.
2035, you will be at this level,
Yeah.
But unfortunately,
Scope 1, Scope 1, Scope 2 is still direct, right? When you come to Scope 3 and a lot of those things, sometimes we don't know. We have so many other things, which is,
even that corporate
so I think we have a challenge.
Right. Yeah. A lot of attention from the corporate. Anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, Anjani. Sir, what is your question?
Good evening. My name is Anjani Pandey. I wanted to ask you, do people who come from non-finance and or non-legal background, what is the scope for these guys to get into independent director positions? If they come with expertise in maybe some other areas like ESG we have been discussing, and maybe say something like cybersecurity or some other areas. So how much weightage is given to the knowledge of finance and legal?
Yes, sir. Go, sir. Go ahead, sir. Yeah.
I think, I will just add, as Ramaji had rightly said, right? Obviously, a board should always comprise of people with multiple expertise and skill set, right? So you will not have everybody with a chartered accountant with deep financial knowledge, right? So you will have people from, let's say, marketing background, sales background, maybe ESG background. You can have people from technology background, right? And how is relevant? Of course, it can be relevant to different extents based on the industry, the company strategy, and other things which are there. But the common minimum things is, which cannot be compromised, is at least the ability to understand financial statements. So that's a common criteria. I think Ramaji had said in the first question itself that was posed to her. See, that is something that is a prerequisite. Okay, now it is something like this. No, you want to become a chartered accountant, or you want to become an engineer, or you want to become a lawyer. You only have to qualify up to 12 standard, right? Only after that you choose which direction, or maybe at least 10 standard if you take science, commerce, or arts stream. So it is something like this. So to get into a board, basic understanding of finance, how a company understanding of, can you understand the P&L, balance sheet, cash flow statement, and some of these things are extremely important. I'm sure Ramaji and others.
In fact, sir, I would add to what he says. There is a research paper which says in US, the concern is they are looking for DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusiveness in the board. That is a concern for them. For India, the concern is independence of the independent director. So even at US level, they are worried about, DEI quotient in their board. And that's where, because people coming from diverse background will bring in different perspectives. The boardroom is all about bringing different perspectives and picking what is relevant for, or what is right for the organization. In fact, as he mentioned, getting a chartered accountant or a company secretary for a board will be easy. Getting an ESG person or somebody coming from a different technological background is what the boards are looking at. But as he mentioned, as I mentioned, reading that financial statement is a prerequisite. That you cannot afford to miss. The board will be interested in taking you, but you will not be equipped to take up that position to the best of your ability, because if in the boardroom, if the numbers are discussed and you are totally cut off from that, you will not be able to contribute it effectively. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. So that is one of the basic requirements. So people should be able to understand all the financial reports which are coming.
So thank you for all
Thank
the questions. I think for the one or two other questions on the chat, it has already been answered in the course of all the discussions we've had. Thank you, panelists Santosh ji, Murali ji, and Ramaj ji. I think it was really a wonderful insight for all of us on how to qualify and get in as independent directors. And I think it was very motivating. Although there is a lot of risk involved, and so many other things that are tough as an independent director. I think you made the job look very attractive for all of us, right? So I'm sure all of us, will pursue even harder, to find a position as an independent director.
When you attend IOD class and all those things, they scare you. They scare the shit out of you.
I know.
That,
I wanted to say,
are unlimited.
risk hai to ishq hai. So, you have to take it in that perspective. That's it.
Yeah. See, risk again, in the risk committee, we talk risk as an opportunity.
Yeah.
Where there is risk, there is an
We have not
opportunity.
discussed about the risk committee. Today, this risk committee, ESG is going to be carved out from, over a period of time, it will be carved out from audit committee. Risk committee is already there for certain organization. These two committees are going to make a lot of contribution to the growth of the organization for sure.
So I used to think, why not be just an executive director, and why should I be an independent director? But I guess today you made it so motivating for all of us. I think key points were, protecting shareholders' interests, and I think we all understand, and we have to keep in touch with the VUCA world, and be very alert on risks. And I really like that point on eagle view, right? So, always have an eagle view. And financials, I'm not a financials person, so I think understanding financial statements, etc., extremely important. But I guess we can all crack it. Then understanding business, I think that is very important for us to get qualified as independent directors. Regulatory and compliance, it's very important. Have your ready reckoners on your regulatory compliance. Maintain independence. And very interesting thing about social media presence. How do you keep yourself alive on social media, and always be active on LinkedIn. People are following you much higher on social media than anything else. And of course, the attraction for women director. And last, I just would like to conclude on one of the discussion questions that was asked, because I'm also from a technology background. The low GPU, whether we are high on GPU with AI, etc. In way back in the 1980s, when we used to write applications, we used to test the CPU time that our applications were using way back in the C days, Unix C days, and COBOL days and all. Today, none of our programmers are bothered about the CPU time of their apps. I guess we should all put a sustainability quotient where we say you should download app with a lower GPU or CPU, and only then you're supporting the green environment. And thank you. And I think it was extremely insightful, the discussions, and I'm sure all the participants have benefited. Thank you one and all for also joining this session and making it a very interesting discussion. Thank you. And over to Rupali for closing the session.
Nothing more to say, Vijay Lakshmi ji. You have covered each and everything. Very insightful and valuable discussion. And we are hoping to have such kind of discussions in coming months also. So looking forward meeting you all in the next session and getting your valuable insights in different topics. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
Thank
Maybe
you.
if
Thank
everyone
you.
can come on video, we can
Yes,
click a
we can.
picture. If everyone can come on video, we can just click a picture. Manoj, you can probably take the picture.
Manoj, you were taking the picture?
Yeah.
It's okay. Fine.
You should also come on video.
Yeah, you should be there. Manoj, you should come on video.
He's on mute. Manoj, you're on mute.
Manoj, you are on mute. Otherwise, I have.
Yeah, just
I-
taking photo. Yeah.
I've taken one now.
Yeah, even I have.
Manoj has done all the hard work behind this program.
Yes,
So
yes,
we'd
Yes.
like to have
Yes.
him on video, definitely.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Manoj, I didn't. Okay, click it.
Okay. So,
Ma'am, can we know how often such sessions happen so that like we get to know and upgrade our